Welcome back to MTB Vibe. Today we're taking a look at the gnarliest crashes, the heart-stopping close calls, and the moments when everything almost went wrong. Let's start by breaking down what makes a mountain biking crash so intense, and why they happen in the first place. Unlike road biking, where the terrain is relatively predictable, mountain biking is all about navigating the unknown. Rocks, roots, loose dirt, steep descents, and sudden obstacles are all part of the game. But it's precisely this unpredictability that makes mountain biking so exhilarating and so dangerous. Most crashes in mountain biking happen because of a split-second decision or a small miscalculation. Maybe it's a momentary loss of focus, a slight shift in weight, or a misjudged speed. On a trail, these tiny mistakes can have huge consequences. The difference between clearing a jump and wiping out can be as small as a few inches. And when you're riding at high speeds, those inches disappear in the blink of an eye. But it's not just about mistakes. Sometimes the trail just has other plans. Unexpected obstacles, like a hidden root or a loose rock, can catch even the most experienced rider off guard. And when that happens, all you can do is hope for the best and prepare for the worst. The best riders are the ones who know how to react in those moments, how to minimize the damage, and if possible, avoid the crash altogether. Now, let's take a look at some of the most legendary crashes and close calls in the history of mountain biking, moments that have become infamous in the community and serve as a reminder of just how unpredictable this sport can be. We'll start with one of the most talked about crashes in recent years, the infamous gap jump fail at the Red Bull Rampage. The Red Bull Rampage is known as the ultimate test of freeride mountain biking, where riders tackle some of the most insane lines and biggest jumps in the sport. But with big risks come big crashes, and the gap jump fail is a perfect example of that. In this particular incident, a rider attempted to clear a massive gap jump, but just as they launched off the lip, they realized they didn't have enough speed. And the result was a terrifying mid-air stall, followed by a hard landing that left both the rider and the bike in a heap at the bottom of the canyon. Next, we head to the World Cup downhill circuit, where the margins for error are razor thin and the speeds are off the charts. One of the most memorable crashes in recent years happened at the Fort William course in Scotland, known for its brutal rock gardens and steep technical descents. In this particular race, a top rider lost control in one of the rock gardens, sending them flying over the handlebars and into the rocks below. The impact was so intense that it knocked the wind out of the rider, leaving them dazed and struggling to get back on their feet. Crashes like these are a reminder of the fine line between success and disaster in mountain biking. But they also highlight the resilience of the riders, who are often more concerned about getting back on the bike than about the injuries they might have sustained. It's this determination and toughness that define the best in the sport. Crashes like these are a reminder of the fine line between success and disaster in mountain biking. But they also highlight the resilience of the riders, who are often more concerned about getting back on the bike than about the injuries they might have sustained. It's this determination and toughness that define the best in the sport. Surviving a crash in mountain biking isn't just about luck, it's also about skill, preparation, and having the right gear. Let's talk about the science of survival on the trail, starting with the importance of body positioning. When a crash is imminent, your body position can make all the difference in how you land and how badly you get hurt. When you feel yourself losing control, the instinct might be to stiffen up or to try to fight the fall. But experienced riders know that it's better to go with the flow, to relax your body, tuck and roll, and try to spread out the impact. This helps to dissipate the force of the crash across a larger area, reducing the risk of serious injury. It's also important to keep your head up and protect your face and neck, which are some of the most vulnerable areas in a crash. Of course, gear also plays a critical role in surviving crashes. A well-fitted helmet is your first line of defense, protecting your head from impact. But it's not just about having a helmet, it's about having the right helmet. Full-face helmets, for example, offer more protection than open-face helmets, especially in downhill and freeride situations where the speeds are higher and the risks are greater. Protective gear like knee pads, elbow pads, and body armor can also make a big difference, absorbing some of the impact and reducing the likelihood of serious injuries. And don't forget about your bike. Having a well-maintained bike with properly functioning brakes, suspension, and tires can help you avoid crashes in the first place. Another key factor in surviving crashes is the ability to read the trail and anticipate potential hazards. This means keeping your eyes up and looking ahead rather than focusing solely on the section of trail directly in front of you. By scanning the trail, you can spot obstacles early and adjust your speed, line, or body position to avoid them. It's also important to stay loose and flexible, ready to react quickly to any surprises that the trail might throw at you. While crashes are an inevitable part of mountain biking, what truly matters is how we learn from them. Every wipeout tells a story of what went wrong and how it can be avoided next time. Let's take a closer look at some common causes of crashes and how you can learn from these mistakes to become a better rider. One of the most common causes of crashes is overconfidence, taking on a jump, drop, or technical section at a speed that's just beyond your current skill level. For example, we've seen riders misjudge their speed on steep descents, leading to out-of-control wipeouts. The key takeaway: know your limits. Pushing yourself is good, but mountain biking is all about finding that balance between challenge and control. Another frequent mistake is poor line choice. On technical trails filled with obstacles like roots and rocks, choosing the wrong line can quickly lead to disaster. Riders often get into trouble when they fail to plan their line ahead of time, especially in rock gardens or narrow switchbacks. The solution? Look ahead and choose your line before you get there. The more prepared you are, the less likely you'll be to find yourself in a bad spot. And finally, there's the importance of staying loose. Riders who tense up when they lose control often end up with harder crashes. Your body needs to act as suspension, absorbing impacts and reacting fluidly to changes in terrain. If you feel a crash coming, try to relax, bend your knees and elbows, and roll with the fall. This way you can minimize the damage to yourself and your bike. While crashes are a part of mountain biking, sometimes it's the close calls that leave the biggest impression. Those moments when disaster was just a fraction of a second away, but somehow the rider managed to pull through. These near misses are a testament to the skill, quick thinking, and sometimes sheer luck of the riders who experience them. Our first close call takes us to the Whistler Mountain Bike Park in British Columbia, home to some of the most challenging trails in the world. In this particular incident, a rider was bombing down the A-Line Trail, one of Whistler's most famous runs, when they hit a jump with too much speed. Mid-air, they realized they were overshooting the landing by a significant margin. In a split-second decision, the rider managed to shift their weight and angle the bike to absorb the impact, narrowly avoiding what could have been a devastating crash. Next, we head to Moab, Utah, where the Slick Rock Trail offers a unique riding experience on smooth, wind-polished sandstone. It's a trail known for its grip, but also for its steep climbs and descents. In one close call, a rider was descending a particularly steep section when their front wheel caught on a hidden crack in the rock. The bike lurched forward, throwing the rider off balance. But instead of going over the handlebars, the rider managed to shift their weight back and regain control just in time, skidding to a stop inches from the edge of a drop-off. These close calls are a reminder of the razor-thin margin for error in mountain biking. They also highlight the importance of staying calm and focused, even when things go wrong. The ability to recover from a mistake or to make a quick adjustment can be the difference between a crash and a clean run. Mountain biking is a sport of extremes, extreme speeds, extreme terrains, and sometimes extreme consequences. But it's also a sport of resilience, where every crash is an opportunity to learn, and every close call is a reminder of the importance of skill, preparation, and quick thinking. The crashes and close calls we've seen today are just a part of the journey, a reminder that even the best riders have their moments of vulnerability. But what makes mountain biking so special is the community's ability to bounce back. Riders don't let a crash keep them down. They get back on the bike, ready to tackle the next trail with even more determination. And it's this spirit of perseverance, this willingness to face danger head on, that defines the mountain biking community. Thanks for joining us on MTB Vibe for this highlight reel of gnarliest crashes and close calls. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content. We've got plenty more epic videos coming your way, from trail guides to rider interviews and everything in between. Until next time, ride hard, stay safe, and keep pushing your limits.